Thank you to all my channel members, including my fan appreciation level members and my contributor level members, for helping support the YouTube channel. Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Jonathan Cohn, and today I have my book review of the novella Small Town Problems by Chris Ritchey. This is Chris's first book, his first novella. He originally published this a couple of years ago, and actually the big booktuber Daniel Green reviewed it, and Chris went back and made some changes, including updating the cover and some editing things, and re-released it about a year or so ago. And Chris actually reached out to me and offered to send me a copy to read, so he did send me this. And I'm not a big novella person normally. I mean, I like them better than short stories normally, but I'm a novel is my sweet spot. But I'd said to Chris I was interested, and it was right around the time that the SPSFC scandal was happening, when they canceled Devin Erickson and a bunch of authors removed themselves from the process. Chris was one of those people that removed himself from the in solidarity with Devin. So I decided to pick up the book, and it is a fantastic debut. It is a fantastic story, and it fits so much into 146 pages. What I think the strongest element of this book is the character development. You have our main character. Well, actually, before I even mention that, I should say what the book's about, just in case you're interested. This is about an alien ship that crash lands into a small town, and there's one survivor on the ship, and the people of that town decide to kind of help out that survivor and protect him from potential enemies from the federal government, which wants to use the alien for nefarious things. Think very much E.T. in terms of what the government wants to do, less so when you think about what type of alien it is. But if you read the book, you know what type of alien it is. And so you have our main character is Robert, who is this widower who has, his farmland, and he's the main POV of the book. But you also have the alien, whose name is Harold A., and then you also have some other characters in the town like Bill and Shannon. Those were the standout characters, and their character development was superb, especially for a novella. And what I'm going to say throughout this review is that there are so many things where in a novel this would have worked, but the fact that he was able to squish it down into a novella and it still works. I don't feel like there's character development missing. I don't feel like there's character development that's too much. I don't feel that there's story that's missing. I mean, I think that there needs to be a sequel, and I really hope there is a sequel to this book one day. But I believe that Chris Ritchey writes in such a way that he's able to compact so much into just a novella, into just 146 pages. And I think it's brilliant what he was able to pull off with this. So the character work is really good. The plot about trying to help Harold A. and then stopping the FBI was also just works perfectly for a novella. It works perfectly in this space. And then you also have just kind of like the world building about Harold A.'s alien species. You get enough information that it feels you understand the aliens. You get enough information that you're learning about it, but it's not so much that you feel inundated and you don't feel like it's one of those sci-fi stories that you're just like, really, it's a sludge to get through because you have to get through all the world building. It's very minimal. And the book really is about the characters. It's about the small town people trying to stop the big government people from coming in and messing stuff up. And, the villain of the book, Agent Diaz, was a great villain for what he was. I wanted to punch him so hard. Oh boy, I'm going to get in so much trouble for that. Anyway, the villain was such a good villain. I really liked the way that Chris wrote the villain in this book. The book is, a novella is 10 chapters. Each chapter is about like 14, 15, 16 pages, somewhere in that range. And the final chapter is an emotional roller coaster. I mean, you have ups and downs like you would not believe from page to page. I was so certain what was happening, and I was so resigned to it, and then it would change a little, and I was like, what? and then it would change again, and I was like, oh, and it would change. Oh, it's just, and Chris did it perfectly. I mean, it's amazing that all that happened. Really, just what this book needs is a sequel. If I do have some, criticism of the book, one criticism I could have is that the book could have been a little bit more clear about some of the stuff down in Texas. This book's in Oklahoma, I believe. The stuff that happens down in Texas, I would have liked to have seen a little bit more, maybe a prologue that happened down in Texas, maybe a little bit more information about everything that happened there. It's kind of vague, and maybe that's what the sequel is dealing with, or maybe just Chris didn't feel like that was necessary, so that's one criticism I have. But other than that, for what this book is trying to tell, it tells a great story, and I'm amazed that he was able to get all that into a novella. This is the type of novella I like, and I really connected with it, and I'm so glad that Chris sent it to me. And, sometimes I get a little nervous when people send me self-published stuff. I don't accept it that often because I'm just like, I don't know, has this gone through the process? Is it a good book? I don't know, and I want my reading to be enjoyable, so I'm very selective, and boy, was this worth it, because this was such an enjoyable read from beginning to end. So I highly recommend Small Town Problems. It's like a 9.3. I just had a book that was like a 9.5 that I finished yesterday, and that review will be out soon for Wraithkin. So, I'm reading some great books right now. I'm just reading some great books. So if you've read Small Town Problems, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments section down below. And until next time, I'm Jonathan, and thank you for watching.